I don't know what the fuck my rationale was. Like, AOL was going to send a statement at the end of the month. Mr. Papa Giorgio, did you visit assstabbers.com? No, I didn't. Sadly, my dad didn't know about the internet. He would have been way into it.
Oh, yeah.
He fucking did his jerk in the old way, man. Film reels and shit like that I used to find as a kid. But Jimmy was the first one. Bring in Hustler, concealed in one of those folders you would bring like your reports to. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of a 3-ring dealie, but it didn't have the hard spine. It was just the paper flip open. I remember it to this day. And it he just had it tucked on one side, and it was just being passed under the lunchroom table. Slow, and each kid would be like just scared shitless, but would take a peek or two. And somehow, because kids can't keep their fucking mouths shut. Jimmy, what did you expect to happen with a bunch of 6th graders? Do you remember that? Like, the best part of telling or learning anything was talking about it to anyone that would fucking listen. And then being like, I didn't snitch. It ain't my fault this happened. Be like, hey, there's a dead beaver in the woods. Like, your dick would get so hard, just like, there's a fucking dead beaver.
To be fair, nobody snitched. I mean, there's a problem with a magnet school. It was actually cunning political maneuvering. Pat Norman willfully felt like, I'm going to wait for it to get back to Jimmy, and then I'm going to tell the principal so only he gets in trouble.
After Pat took a fucking peek at it? How would you do that?
Because he just hated Jimmy. He was like, you know what? Fuck this guy.
That rat motherfucker.
Dude, we basically lived in...
It was like Oz then.
Yeah, it was exactly like
Jimmy
that. I was
should
just
have
like...
pissed in a cup and thrown it in Pat's face.
He told me that. Jimmy was like, I'm going to get my revenge.
And with Jimmy, who the fuck knows what that could have been?
I was scared shitless. I was just like, I don't want to know. You and Pat can handle this. Pat
would have been gone for a week and been like, coming back, and you're like, Pat, did you have chicken pox? It'd be like, no, I had to find a hotel. My family's home burned down. Jimmy's just like, fuck yeah, it did. Snitches get stitches, motherfucker. Bite the curb.
Yeah.
I mean, God, I did not know that he was just... I just remember... Mr. Jeffries, like the kindliest, oldliest black man. I know that's not a word, but oldliest. He was just like so dignified, you know, like just seemed like a dude who'd seen some shit in his day. Like he was on a freedom bus or something like that. It's just how I always pictured Jim.
The most vivid memory I have of that whole scenario was Mr. Jeffries
picking it up and like taking a look to confirm that shit was going down. It was just like...
That wasn't the part I remember as much as him showing Mrs. Nordstrom. And him and our overweight 6th grade teacher were standing there together.
Looking at a Hustler.
And he's just flipping it through, showing this like large fat white lady like, hey, we're going to pretend like this offends us, but really it's just an opportunity for us to like express.
I'll dick you like this behind the trailer, bitch.
I was just thinking about this the other day. No kidding. Like about a week ago, I was like, you know what? It was really weird that they were flipping through it together.
I was
going to
say, you show the cover. You're like, hey, have you heard of this publication? Okay, it's pornographic in nature. Ta-da.
Yeah. This is one picture. This proves that he's broken a serious rule. Yeah. No. This was, check this out. Check this out. They had, like, grimaces on their faces, but it was the kind where it's like, I cannot wait to try some of this with you
later. That's like some fucking closet case dad, and he has a gay son who has an issue of Blue Boy, and he catches it. He's like, oh, son, what is this? Staring at the cover, just nursing a horror. He's like, oh, this photograph's disgusting. And oh, dear Lord, he's spreading that.
It's just very unfortunate that, you know, Jeffries and Nordstrom were both not what I would call, like, the kind of people I would like to fantasize in a black on blonde kind of movie. But, you know, like, I think the situation... That's a perfect plot line in a porn. Just, hey, there's, well, actually, it'd be a little
really
weird with
ugly people fucking. Welcome to the world's least popular pornographic film.
I'm saying you get high-quality porn actors and actresses to play the role of each.
Okay.
And it starts off with, like, discovering porn in a kid. And it's just like, hey, look at this.
I've come to worse plots. I can tell you that. Yeah. Let's reenact what they're doing when the kids go home.
Exactly.
I'll fuck you on the milk cart.
Yeah.
There's so much weird shit Jimmy did, though. Like I said, fucking, I wouldn't have thought of masturbating till like 8th grade if it weren't for Jimmy, who wouldn't shut the fuck up about using the squiggle wiggle writer. You don't remember the name.
He didn't talk. No, he was.
I was in the inner
He was
sanctum.
intriguing because he, I do feel like he had different stories for different people.
Oh God, I was
You know what I
part
mean?
of the clan that got the whole story
You got
on how to jag off with the Squiggle Wiggle writer, which, if you remember, was this pen, and you shouldn't remember because it was like the least popular product ever. And I remember laughing my balls off hearing about it like 2 years later being sold for legitimate purposes. I'm like, oh, you mean he didn't like get this at some weird Thai store down the street and it's like the only one in America that carries it? It was like a little gyroscope pen. Like it had this big end on it with just like kind of a weighted metal piece, and you stuffed it with batteries and you would turn it on and it was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So it would be like doing these little spirals. So it was like this shitty little vibrator that he would just hold up to his dick for like 15 minutes. And then he'd sploosh up and down the Squiggle Wiggle writer.
Oh, wow. You totally hit on something that just came out, though. There's a movie. Have you heard of this? Hysteria.
Oh, the one with Maggie Gyllenhaal. And she, like, it's like the invention of the vibrator and stuff. And, like, doctors would give orgasms to women. It's like,
'cause they were
you
treating-
need to come.
Yeah, they're like just Victorian women who are like way too uptight and just needed a climax. And it's like, boom, actually, I feel much better now. Thank you.
That would be a great gig if they didn't have, like, a fucking Civil War general beard down between their thighs back then. Wasn't such a show.
What's funny about that is, like, I had no idea what this movie's about. I'm trying to take my girlfriend out to a movie a couple days ago.
Oh, and you took her to this?
No, because I was like, hey, I'm going through the internet. Here's a description. Hey, it sounds like there's a movie about Victorians, and I don't understand. There's a doctor. It sounds boring, but...
You don't need to be planting those seeds in her head. Like, women have orgasms too? No, bitch, shut up.
No, she told me what it was about. She was
Those
like,
are
hey,
special effects.
that's about, like, women getting vibrators
Yeah.
from doctors, and that's the whole movie. I was like, that's not what the plot line says. I'm just wondering how many, like, uptight folk are just going to show up because they're like, oh, a historical drama.
Yeah.
And then they just have to walk out when they realize, like, Maggie Gyllenhaal is getting a vibrator stuck in her yaya.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, what a gross woman. Something about her I do not like.
I agree with you, and yet I would still hit it.
Well,
I think
she's famous. I'd fuck Delta Burke. I mean, what do you want?
bullshit. You would really fuck someone who's famous even if they're unattractive.
Yeah?
Wow.
Do you think I like doing show prep? I could do 90 minutes of like fucking licking Paula Deen's vag, and I'd be like, yeah, I threw up 18 times, but I did it.
See, all right, I'm about to betray something. I think Paula Deen is attractive. I would just like genuinely like help her out in a moment of need. I hope there would just be a lot of food in between lovemaking sessions.
I was
That's what
gonna
I'm
say.
saying.
I mean,
2, 3, 6 of butter in between. She's ready for it.
Paula Deen attractive.
You try to like.
No, I'm not trying to wrap my head around it. I just think less of you as a human being now. I will quietly exit you from the show and delete your episodes. Nah, she's gross. I mean, there's not much debate there.
Yeah.
She's a gross fat woman. Great big fat person. But I'd hit it, so I mean, what the fuck am I saying?
With a nice smile.
I think she'd be good if you're like a premature ejaculator with like the kind southern accent. She'd be like patting you on the back, be like, there, sugar, you tried your hardest, or something like that. Now let's eat a
The
pie.
gentle letdown.
Yeah,
That
she'd
was-
be really good for that.
That was great.
I had worse. Believe me.